I'm Barb Mee. I coordinate the city's pedestrian and bicycle program, and I'm here today to hopefully clear up some confusion about crosswalks. In North Carolina, we have marked crosswalks and unmarked crosswalks. And even though that second thing sounds kind of silly, that is where there's no marking on the roadway, but where you're at an intersection and you're on a sidewalk and you're crossing to a sidewalk. That's still a legal crosswalk. Pedestrians still have the right of way at those crosswalks, and motorists are still supposed to yield to them. You'll notice that when I said unmarked crosswalk, I said crossing from a sidewalk and to a sidewalk. Under North Carolina law, if there is not a sidewalk on one side or the other of this crossing, it's not a legal unmarked crosswalk. You can still cross there, but you have to be a lot more careful because as a pedestrian, you no longer have the right of way. We have different kinds of marked crosswalks. We have some with just the two lines across, and we have others that have different patterns, usually kind of like piano keys. And those are a high visibility crosswalk. And they're often put in at mid-block or where traffic engineers think that you need that extra little help for drivers to be aware of you. Some intersections you'll find that there's only one of those marked crosswalks across the main street. When you've only got one crossing marked, even though there's two legal crossings at an intersection, sometimes what happens is that the traffic engineers have evaluated it and they've come to the conclusion that for one reason or another, the one that they marked is the safer location to cross. So while it may not be the law, it's usually a really good suggestion to go ahead and use that marked crossing if you can.
Hi, I'm Adam Cabe with the Asheville Police Department Traffic Safety Unit. I'm here to talk to you today about the Watch For Me NC program and about motorist and pedestrian responsibilities in crosswalks. First, it's a motorist's responsibility to yield to pedestrians in any crosswalk, be it marked or unmarked. It's especially important for motorists to pay attention as they're making a turn in an intersection to be sure there are no pedestrians in the crosswalks they are turning across. As a pedestrian, you need to ensure that when you're in a crosswalk that's at a signaled intersection that you follow the signals. If you have the walk and don't walk signal, only walk when the walk signal is up. When the don't walk signal starts, the countdown, it is no longer legal for you to enter the intersection because you do not have enough time to safely cross. Also, you want to be sure that when you're using a crosswalk that does not have signals, that you do cross with care. Even though you do have the right of way, there are motorists that are not watching, and you want to be sure that you cross with safety. Also, as a pedestrian, you want to make sure to wear brighter reflective clothing to make yourself more visible to motorists. You also want to be sure that if you're crossing in a dangerous area where speed limits are higher, such as Amboy Road where the speed limit is 45 miles an hour, that you're looking for cars to be farther away before you cross. You want to ensure that vehicles are at least over 200 feet away so that they have time to stop if they are going to stop for you and yield to you in that intersection. Keep in mind that the faster cars are moving, the longer it takes for that vehicle to stop and yield to you as you're trying to cross.